It's only getting worse for Rings of Power, folks. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, yeah, Rings of Power fails to break into the top 15 streaming programs of 2022. Even its most, or it isn't even the most streamed Prime Video series. That's gotta hurt, folks. Seriously, that's gotta hurt. So this is from John F. Trent, and it was done on my birthday, so yeah. Let's get into this. Rings of Power might have had a strong start for Prime Video, but recently released yearly numbers from Nielsen show the series failed to break into the top 15 streaming programs of 2022. It wasn't even the most watched Prime Video series. So if you recall, Prime Video touted the show's premiere attracted more than 25 million global viewers on its first day, breaking all previous records, marking the biggest premiere in the history of Prime Video. Amazon Studios head Jennifer Salk said, "It is somehow fitting that Tolkien's stories among the most popular of all time, and what many consider to be the true origin of the fantasy genre has led us to this proud moment. Except that your work isn't a reflection of Tolkien at all, you see. In name only rings a bell." She added, "I am so grateful to the Tolkien estate that our showrunners, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, executive producer Lindsay Weber, cast and crew for their tireless collaborative efforts and boundless creative energy, not to mention the energy they used to attack fans of Tolkien and claim that they could do a better job than Tolkien himself. And its tens of millions of fans watching, clearly as passionate about Middle-earth as we are, who are our true measure of success." Except that your show wasn't successful. But anyway. However, as one who followed our coverage regarding Nielsen's weekly releases of viewership data, it is quickly apparent that a lot of people might have tuned in initially, but as quickly as they tuned in, they checked out. Not only did Nielsen's weekly figures indicate this, but Nielsen's newly released annual figures of 2022 appear to confirm it as well. Gosh, man. They continued to tout it, and they even claimed that even if the show doesn't do as good as they said it would, they would claim it a success anyway. So they're still pulling that too. In a blog post published on January, Nielsen revealed charts for the top 15 streaming programs of 2022. The top 15 original streaming programs of 2022, the top 15 acquired streaming programs of 2022, and the top streaming movies of 2022. Prime Video's Rings of Power did not chart on Nielsen's top 15 programs of 2022, which tracks audience viewership in the United States via minutes watched. As you can see below, the Rings of Power was beat by a bevy of Netflix original program, including Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, Bridgerton, Dahmer, The Umbrella Academy, and The Crown, among others. So oh my gosh, man. Even The Simpsons, Seinfeld, oh my god, all these things beat Rings of Power, and some of them are not even that new. Holy crap, Seinfeld. The Simpsons, Criminal Minds, Bluey, fucking Encanto, and Cocomelon beat Rings of Power, folks. Do you know how pathetic that is? Children shows beat freaking Rings of Power. Not only did Rings of Power not show up in the 2022 top 15 streaming programs overall from Nielsen, but it only managed to take the 15th spot for Nielsen's 2022 top 15 streaming program originals. It was beat by the likes of Netflix, Stranger Things, Ozark, Wednesday, Cobra Kai, Bridgerton, Virgin River, Dahmer, Love is Blind, Inventing Anna, The Crown, Great British Baking Show, Umbrella Academy, and The Last Kingdom. But maybe the most interesting part is that The Rings of Power wasn't even the best performing Prime Video series. That honor belongs to The Boys. And it's which posted over 1 billion more minutes watched than Rings of Power. Holy crap, man. Freaking 1 billion more minutes watched. That's nuts. A report from Business Insider last year indicated that if the show wasn't the highest performing show from Amazon, it would be a failure. An anonymous insider told the outlet, if it's not the highest performing thing Amazon has ever done, it's a failure. This insider added the caveat, but the outside world may never know. Except it got out. Except that it got out. And your show is now a failure. And it is indeed a failure because it violated everything that Tolkien stood for. It completely destroyed everything in a visual medium of what Tolkien stood for. That is why Tolkien sold the rights to his works for $1. Because he knew it could never be faithfully adapted. One didn't need to see the viewership numbers from Nielsen to determine if the show was a failure. One needed to really only watch the first episode to see how much of the show maligned Tolkien's work. The numbers what these numbers do is act as a confirmation that mass audiences are not interested in the novel that J.R.R. Tolkien never wrote by showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. Audiences don't want something different but familiar. No, they want the actual lore presented. What do you make of the fact that Rings of Power did not chart in the most watched streaming programs of 2022? And that it wasn't even the most watched streaming service on Prime Video? Well, what do I make of it? I make of it like this. Rings of Power sucks. It's not Tolkien's work. I will never call it Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And if I do, it's a Freudian slip. This is not, because it's not anything to do with Lord of the Rings. It has nothing to do with the Silmarillion. It has nothing to do with any written word done by John Ronald Reuel Tolkien or Christopher Tolkien. Rings of Power, if people enjoy it, that's fine. I'm not going to say that they're any less because of that. They're allowed to enjoy things. They're allowed to watch things. But if they say that it is a brilliant reflection of Tolkien's work, then I will say you are objectively wrong. Not a piece of it reflects Tolkien's work. Anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm still trying to get to 4,000 minutes so I can have the option for monetization open to me. So please support my channel however you can. Check out these two videos down here in the end screen so you can catch more of my content. Make sure you subscribe. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, folks. Stay humble.